I need to be diversified is a joke. That's not true. Nobody gets rich being diversified. Most of the people on this planet that have a shitload of money, they didn't go to school. I think most people should be renting a home because what we're not understanding is how much is it cost me to manage this property. If I was only looking for value, I should have taken the 8 million, put it into Bitcoin and rented something. The real estate guys are going to move into Bitcoin because of the duration. It's a really beautiful match duration. I can get into Bitcoin for 4 years. I will most certainly make money. Not one human being in history, if you held it 4 years, has ever lost money. I have more certainty that my children will be okay if Bitcoin goes to zero.
金融专家 Gary Cardone 是全球最具影响力前10大执行长 Gary Cardone 的双胞胎哥哥，帮助建立美国最大的私人房地产投资平台 Cardone Capital， 并创立区块链公司 Cardone Ventures， 是一位成功的企业家和投资者。上周接受采访，为什么认为分散投资是错的？没有人透过分散投资致富，更认为多数人应该租房而不是买房，并分享富豪们最新的投资策略是如何善用比特币和房地产的优点，让每一块钱发挥最大价值。让我更惊讶的是，为什么 Gary 投资大量比特币，却认为比特币归零也没关系？如果你在烦恼租房好还是买房好，如果你在犹豫比特币是诈骗还是机会，如果你想跟上富豪的脚步，成功翻转阶级，那这部影片就是为你准备的。嗨，我是 Emma， 带你在币圈趋势中打造属于自己的被动收入。在我们开始前，可以请你帮个忙吗？ YouTube 后台显示有 60% 的观众还没订阅频道。如果你喜欢我们的影片，免费支持我们的方式就是点下订阅按钮，每周日都能收到币圈最新的消息，更不会错过任何的财富密码哟。谢谢。
I think most people should be renting a home. And because what we're not understanding is how much is it cost me to manage this property, right? Somebody comes to the door and they want to paint the doors. I have to stop talking to you and let them in. That's a cost, okay? I'd rather have a conversation with you. The painter's going to walk in here and he's going to want to educate me on the paint. I don't care. I don't want to learn about paint. I don't want to learn about plumbing. I had the sprinkler guys out wanting to show me about pressures. And I'm like, bro, I'm not farming a sprinkler company. Okay. Just fix the shit and give me an invoice, please. Right. Yeah. But this is what happens when you own a house. Not to mention me and my wife were supposed to be buying this dream. And we're going to be all lovey-dovey. But what really happens Saturday and Sunday, I get to go on the roof and clean a bunch of shit instead of making love with her. It's the dumbest thing in the world, dude. Right? You get married to have sex and have a family and have adventures. And then 3 weeks later, you realize, shit, I'm a plumber, man. I'm a plumber on Saturdays and Sundays. And I take out the trash Monday morning. And then I get to go back to work. If you didn't own that house,
I own my own house. I just pay someone to do all that. I don't do all that.
Okay, but some people are cheap, dude. And some people can't afford it because their mortgage is ripping their face off. So they can't afford to spend $500 with a plumber, right? And the plumber's sitting here going, I have to charge $500, dude. I can't charge $10 to come to your house anymore. This is a spiral of events. I mean, everybody's going to start to feel this inflation. Okay. How many guys do you know walked around? They're walking around with a $50,000 Rolex watch or $500,000 Rolex. My brother spent 1,000 Bitcoin on an airplane and he will change it in 4 years. Now, here's an interesting story. If you don't believe in Bitcoin, you want to look at real estate. I bought this house October 2020. Had I put it into Bitcoin, this house is worth $76 million today. It's a nice house. You're welcome to come see me sometime. It is not worth $76 million. I paid 8 for it. Like, that's inflation.
Yeah, but you can't live in Bitcoin.
I can't live in an apartment building either that I have with my brother. It's sold. It's rented out. I can't live in my $225,000 Range Rover. I can't live in my gold. I can't live in my bank. Right? So I can rent anywhere, dude. I can go live in a hotel. I stayed at the Lanesboro Hotel for a year. I didn't have to own the hotel.
Do you think you should have not bought your own home then? Is that what you're saying? Bought? I mean, like you said, the bank owns it, but...
Well, you tell me, as an advisor, I had an option to buy something for $8 million that's probably now worth 12 to 14, 4 years, or I could have put that $8 million to work and it would be worth 72. The numbers speak for themselves.
Yeah, I mean, I think if you have a binary choice between A or B, but you're wealthy enough to also be able to own your own home, have somewhere that's your base, depreciate, run some taxes against it. There's various benefits to owning your own home. It's not like it's your only $8 million. Because people when they say rent or buy, it's like it's their only choice or it's their only one purchase. But I mean,
most people weren't in my position when they bought the house in the first place, though. And the truth is, if I was only looking for value, I should have taken the $8 million, put it into Bitcoin, and rented something. I have 15,000 square feet here, man. It's probably more than I need.
租房好还是买房好？这个问题问10个人有11个答案，而且这是唯一全球人共同的难题。租房派的观点是，房价太贵，投资股票报酬率更高。重点是不想为了背房贷降低生活品质。买房派的观点是，有自己的房子住起来比较安心，房子能保值，更不用担心房东涨价或临时要搬家。你觉得租房好还是买房好？欢迎在底下留言分享你的看法。老实说，我一直没有答案，直到我看到了这本书《持续买进》第7章第80页，详细讨论了租房和买房的优缺点。有兴趣的话，可以再去细看。我直接分享结论。2020年，美国普查局发现，高达80%以上的中产阶级有买房。或许房地产并不是最好的投资，但却是多数人累积财富的起点。而且最重要的是有社会性价值，住在什么地区，接触到什么样的人，小孩读什么学校，这些都有可能影响一个人长期的发展。所以作者也是鼓励大家买房，前提是符合以下这3点：一，你计划在这地点待上至少10年；二，你有稳定的私人及职业生活；三，你买得起。但对我们小资族来说，最大的问题就在于第3点，房价真的贵到买不起，那该怎么办？
I think what people are going to do, and you're not asking me this question, but I think the real estate guys are going to move into Bitcoin because of the duration. It's a really beautiful match duration. I can get into Bitcoin for 4 years. I will most certainly make money. Not one human being in history, if you held it 4 years, has ever lost money. Doesn't generate any cash, but the money you do make in this 4-year cycle is like 200%, right? Minimal. Whereas the real estate guy's making distributions and his stack is 10 to 20 years, the duration. These two stacks of having one that's highly illiquid, that's leverageable, 3 to 4 to 1, that's paying distributions, could cycle into Bitcoin, buy Bitcoin on a 4-year duration, get a 200-300% pop, and then you're going to have to decide, can I leverage in 4 years? Could I leverage that Bitcoin? That will be available in 4 years. Cantor Fitzgerald just came in the market 2 weeks ago. And that, imagine if I can start to borrow 50 cents on the dollar on 200x, right? And then start, like I'm talking to a bunch of large players in Bitcoin going, hey, if we could put 10,000 Bitcoin together, that's when I would go talk to Grant. Hey, let me work on the whale side of the Bitcoin. We bring that Bitcoin, like Grant and I would bring the Bitcoin to a major real estate lender and say, look, here's $1 billion. Okay. Cut it in half. Give me a loan. I'm going to take that $500 billion and I'm going to borrow another 1.5, and I'm going to buy $2 billion worth of cash distributing real estate only if it meets one criteria. Class A multi-dwelling that has to puke out on a Friday evening right before it breaches its covenants. Now, you're probably sitting there, I don't know how much you know about Bitcoin, but you're probably sitting there going, why is he bringing this up? Because on Friday night at 7 p.m., man, let's say the contract breaches at 7 p.m. UK time, right? Or 12 midnight. I can transact for $1 billion in a Bitcoin wallet to you at 11:58 right before the breach. And that bank knows for sure, okay, Friday night breach, Monday morning, we're going to smash this piece of real estate out of the market. Problem is 30 other banks are going to be doing the same thing. And you could have like closed out on the weekend. That's what I will use my Bitcoin for. And that is the only thing. It is super liquid.
房地产虽然流动性差，但是有稳定房租收入，将稳定房租收入再投资到波动大的比特币，就能赚翻倍的报酬。不愧是富豪，真的超厉害，完美掌握房地产和比特币的优缺点。但是我们小资族连房子都买不起，除了投资比特币加速累积本金外，在币圈有没有类似当房东赚被动收入的机会呢？还真的有。透过放贷将资金借给交易员，每天就能赚到稳定的利息。不仅投资门槛低，不用像买房不吃不喝10年存头期款，而是拿闲钱就能投资，报酬率更高于股票和 ETF。关键是风险远低于直接投资比特币交易合约，再也不用担心晚上睡觉时手机通知币价暴跌亏钱，而是每天早上起床时账户就自动多了一笔收入。最重要的是，再也不用看老板脸色，就能帮自己加薪。去年我还受邀到香港分享币圈投资经历，希望能避免新手再犯下我过去的错误，不用走弯路就能在币圈投资赚钱，过上每天睡到自然醒的生活。所以我准备了一个45分钟的免费影片，分享自己是如何从什么都不懂的币圈韭菜，到现在成功打造一份稳定安心的被动收入。你可以在资讯栏的第2条链接中找到，不再担心高波动，只要30天就能在币圈安心赚钱。
Gary, how much of your net worth is in Bitcoin, cryptos? I hear it's quite a lot.
Well, the question, is it liquid net worth or total net worth?
Yeah, total net worth.
Well, I actually think total net worth is a really misleading number because it would indicate that I've made a decision to not allocate. Let me talk about liquid net worth and how I define that, and then we can talk about total net worth. Liquid net worth, about 86%. But let me answer it this way. If all of my assets were totally liquid, it still would be 86%. There are assets that I have that I cannot liquidate. It's just not possible. I might be able to borrow against them, but it becomes very, very complicated to do that. So if these assets were liquid, they would all be moving into Bitcoin.
Does that not feel overexposed in one class?
I think it depends on what you're trying to achieve. Overexposed for me, no. The important piece is, remember, it's a liquid net worth. I'm pretty responsible that my kids are going to be fine, even if this goes to zero. In fact, I have more certainty that my children will be okay if Bitcoin goes to zero than I do if Bitcoin goes to $10 million each. Like if Bitcoin goes to zero, my children are going to grow up just like you and I did. Dude. I turned out okay not having anything and having to struggle for everything. So that's the way I look at this. Well, why do I'm 66. This theory that I need to be diversified is a joke. That's not true. Nobody gets rich being diversified. Most of the people on this planet that have a shitload of money, they didn't even go to school. Yet every day we tell, gotta go to school to be successful. You gotta diversify to be successful. Gosh, that's not the way I got successful. So, no, I don't think it's over. If my conviction and thesis is correct, as a lifelong investor trader, I would be committing a mortal sin against my own thesis. If you're investing in a company, you want those founders to be really, really convicted, right? You don't want them kind of be, hey, I got 39% of my wealth in this private equity business, in this idea I'm building. But I've got the rest of it in something really safe. Most people that build businesses are all in, dude. They go broke. They go broke being in a business. So, to me, Bitcoin offers, at this point, Bitcoin offers an unbelievable opportunity for this type of concentration.
And are you so much in Bitcoin because you so much believe in Bitcoin, or because you so much don't believe in all the other alternatives?
That is a very good question. I'm not sure I've been asked that question that way. I'll say it like this. I think Bitcoin is an unbelievable call option on the future of digitizing planet Earth. And without me paying an extra penny, it is a insurance policy or a put against the rest of the legacy world. And I think I get 2 bites of the apple here: a call option on digital and a put option or an insurance policy on what looks like in 72 hours, we're going to have major escalated military operations from Iran to Israel, or that's the story that we're going to be told. Gold, silver, and Bitcoin were designed for this period right here. So yeah, I am extremely short. What I see is the military industrial complex and all the government professional politicians. They've had 50, 60, 70 years to fix this, and they've done nothing but make it worse. So I think everyone should be looking for a put. Everyone, whether it's gold or silver. I mean, I have both of those. They're so difficult to move. It's impossible relative to Bitcoin. So I think my answer to you is both.
And if 86 liquid is Bitcoin, is the other 14 gold, silver, other?
No. The other 14 of liquid is cash, silver, some mining stocks that are related to Bitcoin, which is about 3% of the portfolio, and then one non-Bitcoin token that I think will, anyway, it's just a bit of a play for a small, like 1 or 2% of the position. And that's about it. Got some guns, water, liquid, gasoline, fuel, generators, boat, fishing equipment. So I'm pretty set up for being able to take care of my children and my neighbors. Then the rest of it's in real estate with my brother, a home that is a complete waste of money, and private equity.
哇 Gary 投资近90%的流动资产在比特币上，真的非常大胆。如果是你，会选择集中投资还是分散投资呢？欢迎在底下留言分享你的看法。我认为投资没有对错，只有适不适合自己。特别在币圈，因为波动性大，所以关键不在于能突然赚多少钱，而在于我们能接受资产亏损多少。像是 Gary， 毕竟财力雄厚，有多间房子，也直说了，即便比特币归零，也不会影响自己和小孩的生活。但我们小资族呢？如果跟着 Gary all in 投资比特币，但遇到币价暴跌，临时需要用钱怎么办？如果不小心比特币被盗走，存款归零怎么办？这就是为什么我选择分散投资，因为比起当暴发户或是一夜返贫，我更重视降低风险，让资产稳定成长。所以，如果你也想投资币圈，但不知道该怎么开始，那今天我想把最新写的这本书《自由》免费的送给你，分享了过去10年我是如何从每天工作12小时的上班族，到现在开除老板，每天睡到自然醒，并分享4个投资币圈前的关键问题：什么样的人适合投资币圈？谁比较容易在币圈赚钱？以及5种常见的币圈投资策略，我实际投资后的成果和优缺点，让你在投资前先了解风险，确认适合自己再投资。你可以在资讯栏的第1条连结中免费领取自由，只要按照书中的步骤投资，说不定30天内你就能成为前10%投资赚钱的赢家。来自台湾、杜拜、香港等超过60位的上班族们都已经达成了。下一位投资币圈赚钱的会是你吗？
If you're feeling like you're trying to swim and you can't even keep your head up above water, it's becoming heavy, that is inflation. And it doesn't mean that you can't buy things as cheaply. It might mean that you can't get access to the market, or you can't win, or Google is protected and you're not. I mean, somebody just sent me $300. You want to hear about like gross unfairness? They sent me $3 on one of these streaming things, right? On this, you know how that works? They just $300. Google took 100 of it, dude. 33% just for sitting on their platform. That is outrageously not okay. Okay. Outrageously not okay. It's so not okay. I'm actually going to hire a lawyer and go, let's file a suit against him, dude. Somebody has to do this. Okay. The regular old jive. That's not cool. Imagine if you're driving down the M25 and you get a bill from the government. Go, your tires hit the road today. We're a little broke. We're going to scrape you.
Well, they pretty much are doing that. They are doing that. It's called ULEZ. They're doing it left, right, and center. Yeah.
Yeah. Because you guys ain't fucking filing suits and going, this is ridiculous, man.
So you think we, the people, are complicit because we're not pushing back at them enough?
I think we are so complicit. It's disgusting. We sit here and argue and complain about everything. And then I'm like, hey, let me see your checkbook. You think, it's not fair. And then you look at the people they spend money with every month. And I'm like, wow, let's see. You have $9,000 worth of debt with Bank of America through Visa card. They're your enemy. Why are you paying them 18%? Dude? Like, are you kidding me? Let's see. Netflix. You told me Netflix does nothing but sell movies that are about wokeness and snowflakes. Why do you keep spending money with them? You tell me that, the telephones that your kids have at 12 years old are causing problems, but they still have phones. By the way, my kids did not have phones. And if I thought they was hurting them, I'd take them away. And they're 17. And they can buy a fucking telephone when they can afford one.
在看这段时，让我想到了最近台湾闹得很大的嘉宁与 Andy 老师争议事件。我猜有些人不知道，简单说一下事件经过。嘉宁和 Andy 是一对情侣，一起经营 YouTube 频道重量级 Crowd， 深受欢迎，超过200万订阅。但他们去年分手。今年爆出 Andy 长期领 5.5 万，超过上亿收入被嘉宁和他的家人拿走，所以 Andy 现在要提起诉讼。网友们非常热情，纷纷赞助 Andy 律师费，据估计超过800万台币。但 Andy 实际能拿多少呢？ YouTube 官方抽成 30%， 大约是240万，所以 Andy 老师只能拿到560万。这跟 Gary 认为 Google 不公平的地方是一样的。为什么这些平台可以抽这么多？为什么我们毫无反抗能力？如果今天区块链普及了，降低平台收入，让网友的每一块钱都能真正帮助到 Andy 老师，这个世界会不会更美好？ A 会 ，B 不会。欢迎在底下留言分享你的看法。我认为会，这也是我最喜欢并且最期待区块链的发展。我是 Emma， 还会继续分享关于币圈投资被动收入的经验。记得按赞、订阅、开启旁边的小铃铛，并打开全部，还有 follow 我的 IG 哦，那你就不会错过这些知识了。我们下周见，拜拜。